What's up, guys? It's Mr. Janvet, and today we are back on the Pokemon Showdown server. I'm going to be using this really cool team that I threw together very quickly. I just realized my lack of water resistance, so if we face rain, RIP. But no, yeah, so somebody requested Metagross. They're like, yo, Jam, you might try using Metagross. I was like, I have not seen one Metagross. Like, the excitement of Metagross, because remember, at one point we didn't know it was coming back, and we just saw the Beldum, so we knew Metagross for sure. And I don't think I've seen one Metagross. No love whatsoever. So I just threw this together because I couldn't find anybody with a Metagross team in time. So hopefully this does the trick. But yeah, hopefully I threw a Magnezone on there, and then everything else I was kind of like, I feel like this should check most things. That we can outplay whatever matchup, as long as it's not like ridiculous where I can't break something. But if I can break it, then we should be able to outplay anybody. And so yeah, Metagross. Upon agility, rock agility. What am I trying to say? Upon rock polishing, kills this. I think I need some damage. I'm not sure the rolls, but I have Ice Punch and stuff. Destroys this. Like, it's actually legit. So can't speak today, ladies and gentlemen. The best situation is to chop down his Urshifu early if possible, and then get Metagross to agility and smack him around, because we got those are running Volt Switch and Hurricane these days for some reason. No Heat Wave. So Magnezone's core purpose of this one is low-key a dose check, and a potential Specs Magearna deterrent. It also, troubles the rest of his team as well. I'd like to poison his Landorus if possible with my Garchompo, because then that'll allow Magnezone to be able to sub up and do whatever it wants. Also, something that's pretty damn good is my Dragapult after a Dragon Dance. Since I'm not going to be using my Dragon Darts with his Finny around, I want to overwhelm that. Knockoff is going to go a long way. So defensively, Mandibuzz needs to be kept at the utmost for Shifu, and primarily Rillaboom. Clefable is kept at the utmost for Shifu. Garchomp is dealing with everything else, and then the Magearna and the Zapdos are just going to be tricky, but I can outplay. So phase 1, Chomp, because we're going to bluff right off the bat. And so he opts for Finny, which is Calm Minds first, which is interesting because I could have been like a Specs Magnezone and just completely destroyed his Finny. So this is a really premature decision. Very good play there in switching out his Landers into so yeah, figured as well. I'm gonna Toxic here because I know he's gonna stand and then U-turn. Oh, he Earthquaked. I'm cool with that. I don't want to take a ton of damage. So Finny, and they generally run Draining Kiss, which is a very bad matchup versus Chomp. Even if it's not Draining Kiss, Moonblast should not be out. I don't want Chomp super weakened because I want him around for Shifu. A switch into Magnezone on this Finny would mean me subbing and withering down his Garchomp. Okay, so again, Draining Kiss is generally right, which he takes more damage than I do. Right, excellent. And so that's going to be important. These two occurrences are very important for my Dragapult, because now this is getting withered. Landorus is about to get withered. He surfs. He has surf, which is good info to know. But as I said, I have no water resist. So I can still Wish Chomp back, because Clef based out Magearna. Trying to think, what would my opponent do here? Landorus makes a lot of sense. Landorus is a free Wish. So I'm going to pivot to Clefable here. Zapdos is his initial, which doesn't make a ton of sense to me, because Zapdos would have lost to Tapu Fini. Maybe he thought I would Flash Cannon first, which makes sense. But he did see leftovers. Then again, he might not know about the classic set. So at this point, we're setting up for Dragapult, right? As Rillaboom rears its ugly head. I shouldn't be able to go down to any one move, but just to make the save mid-ground, let's go Mandibuzz. He's Choice Banded, which is good info, and he's getting weakened to the point where Dragapult will be able to come in and destroy him. So we're going to move an item here. I figure Zapdos would be his mon of choice. And so at this point, again, they run Hurricane, Volt Switch. Hurricane should come out here. Actually Volt Switches, but you know, with the sand and with the thingy and thingy, I'll be good. And if he U-turns here, I get all the health back, and there's nothing he can really position that I can't deal with. And so Zapdos, very surprised that he Volt Switched the Zap. Maybe he's just confident. Okay, well, I'll just go to Garchomp if anything. But with the grassy terrain that he so kindly provided, everything is well, as Magearna rears his ugly ass head. So I'm probably gonna have to play my Metagross is really problematic for him, but I'm playing it way too safely. I'm gonna play a lot more aggressively and destroy his team. What does this do? Calm Mind. What would he do? Calm Mind, and then maybe like Draining Kiss, Stored Power, or something like that. Is Draining Kiss, Stored Power loses to Metagross. I'm really not sure what to expect from Mag. Mag is something I don't run into often enough to where I'm confident. So I'm gonna go hard Gross, because I know Gross can take on anything this Mag can do, right? And with Life 4 BQ, well, no, he's lefties, okay, which assumes that he's probably slower. Very interesting. I'm gonna EQ here. If Lando comes in, Lando can't touch me, but at this point he's boosted. Just based on the fact that he chose to boost to begin with, implies to me that he's willing to, like, he doesn't feel like he's making enough ground, which is good, because once I get this hit off, then he's super susceptible to my Dragapult. Very, very susceptible to Dragapult. And so yeah, I am faster as the Iron Defenses. It did 65 last time, but Drain Kiss can't do enough based on how much that just did. So we're gonna hit him again, or maybe he can. I don't think so. No, it's not doing enough. So this is gonna hurt. I get the roll, which is great. Metagross probably does nothing else for the remainder of the game because it's slower than everything, but it might not be slower than his Lando. It might be a defensive Lando, so I can use that. And it's definitely faster than Finny, so I can use that as well. And if I can pivot around on his Zapdos, because it lost his boots, we good. And again, as I said, well, let's see, Finny, he's playing his there would be no point in predicting here. So at this point, he's super Clefable susceptible. So Clefable's Mandibuzz wins this game by themselves. And so I don't need my Magneton anymore. I use it to bait out what I want. And we get the positioning. Excellent. Because now he has to go for... oh yes, Heat Wave. So this is either not Defog or... It's either not Defog or it's 3 attacks. So what I'll do is go to Polt here. I'm gonna sub on his attempted sack, I'd assume. Or he's Roost predicting me to go for Draco slash Hurricane. I mean Draco slash Shadow Ball. So he can't switch it on Shadow Ball. I could see him attempting to sack Finny, and this is where the Toxic plus Stealth Rock damage will go deep. It's because I can go for Phantom Force and just drop him on that. Again, I don't generally see... I'd find it very hard to believe that he's CM Finny, Rocks, Lando, and no Defog. Zap. But he could be 3 attacks. It's possible. And if he's... I could technically just attack him, but I get a lot of mileage if he's not 3 attacks. And at this point, CM Clef just wins anyway. So all I need to do is be patient. Clef beats Zapdos, Clef beats Tapu Fini, Clef beats Urshifu, Clef beats Landorus, and then for the Rillaboom, he has to take Rocks Punishing. Gonna punish him with my rough skin chomp. I saw there's the Finny as I expected, and this allows for me to Phantom Force because it gets me more leftovers, racks up his Toxic. He's definitely max, and it also allows me to stall out Misty Terrain, which is going to be important versus Urshifu, because obviously my Dragon Darts are weakened, and then I don't want to play around with Urshifu's Sucker Punch, and sometimes they're not choiced, because the Life Orb variant of Urshifu could make this game a little trickier than I'd like, which is why I want to keep Dragapult, just in case I need to keep it to beat Zapdos. So let's say Urshifu is Life Orb and it gets a big hit off on my Clef to where Zapdos can knock me out with, maybe it has Hurricane underneath all that, and so Pult will get to be at, I think, well, 80 something, 81. So this won't knock him out, but the combination of Phantom Force plus excellent day. As much as I'd like the Phantom Force here, it's just not the correct decision. So I'll switch out to Metagross. I'm faster, plus I don't need it. You should Draining Kiss, right? And this gives me the positional power. The Misty Terrain is wearing off, and at this point, he can't guard against Fairy and he can't guard against Dragon. So there's Urshifu I've been waiting so kindly, and I'm not gonna switch this out because I don't want him bulking up as he Wicked Blows. I don't see an item, so very likely choiced, but I have no reason to predict as Landers comes in. Let's see how much he's doing with his Earthquake. So he defogs. He's gonna die, so there's no point in me attacking him. I could have wished there, but as I said, I'm gonna punish the Rillaboom. Let's say if he U-turns out, he's gonna try to start Volt Switch spamming, but if his Zapdos is what I think, it can't touch my Garchomp, so Chomp comes in, outspeeds Zapdos, and is a major problem. So all I have to do is just be patient, get my Dragapult in 2. That's gonna be nice. And there's that Rillaboom. So as I said, should U-turn, but there's nothing he can go to that punishes me, since Zapdos, every time it comes in, unless it has Hurricane, and he shows it here, he does have Hurricane. Okay. So he's 3 attacks. Volt Switch. So I calm mine for free here, because he Volt Switch and sacks Landers. It's a little annoying that he's 3 attacks. Right. It's a little annoying, but as we throw up a Wish here, I know he's gonna go for that. And so if Rillaboom comes in, this gives me the full health back. What's the roll on Boom and doing? Oh, oops. What's the roll on Boom? So it's actually supposed to be in a very awkward spot because he has Hurricane. But he also Urshifu first, which is I think a big misplay. This one I don't get at all. So I think it's just a guaranteed dub now. I don't get the, maybe he just didn't want Mandibuzz in. But with the Woodhammer recoil, Pult comes in and decimates. Because Pult doesn't go down to Hammer. So let's roost here. Well, actually, let me see, because I might need to just sub down till let's see, Dragapult, because I'll be at like, actually I do think Woodhammer would kill me from there. Woodhammer does what? Dragon Darts does. This is probably life orb. Yeah. Light ball. Dragon darts do 54 to 65. I guess what I could do is go Clef, let him recoil himself to death. Then go Polt. But then I'm playing around with Hurricane. It's actually closer than I expected. Fortunately, I'm not taking too much damage. Let me see how much it is after grassy terrain is gone. So that's under electric terrain. I'm very surprised at how much I take from that. Unless I'm missing something here. The wood hammers be hitting. But thankfully he's losing health. So Dragon Darts does, because it's a roll on my Clef too. Let me think, if I went to, this isn't 3% per turn. If I were to Dragon, well, it'd be Clef versus, because I want a darts here. Dragon darts, Rillaboom. Why is it saying 0? Dragon darts, 54 to 65, and his wood hammer takes 21% minimum recoil, so he should die here to recoil. So we get Clef versus Zapdos. Oh, blessings. Clef is not fucking around. My guy, Clef. Okay, cool. GG. So yeah, that got a lot closer than I expected. Underestimated the Rillaboom in the end game. Now, I don't regret how I played it because I didn't think he'd be 3 attacks. I thought he'd be... Because him being 3 attacks let me lose Magnezone because I wasn't expecting Heat Wave. So he didn't have a his Defogger was land. So he had like no... I actually don't regret it because his Lando set was straight trash. It only had Earthquake. So he can't touch anything. It can't touch Zapdos. It can't knock off. Loses to other landers. So I thought for sure Zapdos would have to be his Defogger. But yeah. Metagross did his thing. Smacked that Magearna. The game didn't go in the direction I expected, but hey, I'll take it. As our Garchomp and Clefable need to be kept at full first to Regice. And at this point, you know, honestly, Polt on a DD just sweeps this guy. And so I'm going to overwhelm him because I have Infiltrator. The screens don't matter to me. So I'm going to overwhelm him with Metagross first. Overwhelm him with Metagross first. With a nice clean Meteor Mash. And then I'll Dragon Dance since Chomp beats Victini, beats Cinderace, and Luke is a weird mid-ground mon that I don't beat very easily, but yeah, we're just gonna attack Metagross. Damn! Metagross said no! I'm curious as to what, because Mandibuzz here, Mandibuzz is great. So, what is Victini gonna do? I'm so used to Z move Victini that like I'm expecting some kind of Z move shit here. I really don't know what to expect here. What's my best bet? What's my best bet? Let's say, what's the worst case scenario? Like a Bandit Victini or something and he Bolt Strikes? Let's Chomp. I don't think there's any downside to Chomp. Oh, fuck. So there's a downside because now it's Regieleki's a problem. What? Damn it. I completely forgot about Final Gambit. Now his Cinderace is a problem. I really just boned myself here, as he probably is gonna find. Man, that's tough. That is tough. I can't lose this. Though Reggie Lecky, I have Magnezone, so it's not like super devastating. It's not in terrain, but I definitely made it a lot harder for myself. Buzz alive shuts down. I think Buzz can take any 2 hits. Gunk shot, huh? I didn't think he'd risk. Come on, bro. This man got a crit. Now I'm pretty sure I died a high jump kick, whereas, I've been able to defog. But okay, so Lecky comes out. He won't go for an electric move for sure. And so I'm a toxic. Oh, he did. And he specs. I'm glad I got the. I'll trade for that. Like, that's a wonderful trade because Grimmsnarl. Wow, that wasn't specs. Holy shit. Now it doesn't really matter then. In fact, I really wish I had rocks up there because that would have helped a lot. But this does mean now I get to do whatever I want, and what I want here is to Thunderbolt. I don't need Magnezone. Yeah, figured he'd trade. Nice. Positionally, Magnezone is just far better. Thunderbolt's doing. He's gonna die. Thunderbolt's doing 45. I won't live. He doubles to Drago, which means he's gonna double out to Cinderace here. So I'll Thunderbolt the Cinderace. Grimmsnarl, okay. Because the Drago switch made no sense unless you were trying to bait. Either way, even if he attacked in the Magnezone, I don't think he would have killed me because I hit him so he wasn't at full. But also, because he has high jump kick, he does have the kick of the high and the jump. So this is where things get fun. This is where I love Dragapult, because yep, you sucker punch. That's all you got. So I love Pult, man. It's the GOAT. And now you gotta hit Dartboy, right? You hate to see it, man. You really do hate to see it. Gong shot. Yeah, let's go for the kill instead. Pult's fast enough to where I don't need to. So what I don't want is to have him hit 100 sucker punches in a row. Yeah, okay. Smart to not sucker because he knows I have DD. And so now it should be just guaranteed victory. Because Luke Skywalker is not the mon. Phantom Force is free. Unless he has Bullet Punch. In which case, it's irrelevant. Okay, special. Yeah, it's dub. It's a dub. Because special ones just rely on leftovers. Interesting. The Phantom Force only did 68. Phantom Force is Drago probably lives a Phantom Force, and if it comes in and knocks me out, then I'm staring down this special leftovers Lucario versus Reggie, which probably wouldn't win the game, but I'm just thinking about what like has no downside, and I think the no downside play is to just Dragon Darts. Yeah, good play into Drago. That's what I would have done, because it's the only way you're gonna potentially kill Dragapult. Now it's just a dub. Yeah. But either way, there's basically what I did there. The Luke was leftovers, so it didn't have the firepower with anything to one-shot my Dragapult. And so, because the Drago is infinitely shut down and Magnezone beats the Lecky, there was just no downside. So Metagross did exactly what it needed to do, as we're gonna grab our final game of the live. Hopefully y'all are enjoying. If you're enjoying, hit the like button. Shout outs, hit the like button for Mega Metagross. Hit the like button for Metagross. Hit the like button if you want Megas back. If you're missing your Mega Pincers, your Mega Venusaurs, Mega Metagross, actually, if you had a comment, what Mega, if all the Megas returned, what Megas do you think would stay? Do you think it's time to where Mega Mence could stay? Or do you think Corviknight's good enough to where Mence could stay? Or come on, Mence can't stay. Mence was broken in even Ubers. But You know, what megas do you think would go and what megas do you think would stay? I'm curious as to. I think this is the team that I may have used in my own live. So this must be high horsepower because you have a Rillaboom, which makes very little sense to me. So let's break it down. Metagross is not going to be used in how I generally like intend to, like a sweeping way. It's just going to be just something to hit hard, straight up. Because if it does what I want, Magnezone under a sub is a problem. I don't have too much to come in and sub up with Zone. If we can also toxic his Hippowdon, people tend to be pretty reckless with POW. That's going to be great. But Chomp's going to be important because I don't have foul play for Drill, so I can't let Chomp get dropped. I cannot let... How do I win this? Overwhelm, Drill, CM with Clef, potentially. Amanda Buzz is around partly for Drill, more so for Rillaboom. Garchomp for Drill, this is Reshifu, so his core attacker shut down. Dracozolt I cannot deal with no matter what. Magnezone, Dragapult, dangerous for him. And so the biggest threat to him would be, please hit. I need you right now. Thank you, because he's rocking. Yeah, for sure. And so this is great punishment because I get to position myself Wish as he opts for a Driller, and then I position back my Garchomp, and he lost all. He's going for broke. So the biggest threat to my team is that bet. Dracozolt. He has 3 more turns of terror. Okay, fair enough. Metagross is strong enough to where it doesn't care. I'll have to give up Chomp, I think. I don't... What's the roll on this? I don't know. Sometimes they run Draco. Use Draco, then probably doesn't have EQ. It's funny how Dracozolt's giving me work right now. But all I have to do is be patient. Like, I don't think he's in a position to predict my Clef. If he does, do I lose? If he subs, I go back to Garchomp. He kills Garchomp, then I go with Dragapult, and I can break through his sub. If I let him go and he can kill Metagross in one. So I'll go Clef first. I'll predict. So it's special, which means Volt Beak's coming out here. That means Magnezone doesn't have to worry about this as much. Oh, that's great. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Wonderful, I tell you. As, he can't U-turn. Grassy Glide probably drops me from here. So if he Draco'd, then let's see what he does. So he's SD. That sucks. But Buzz is so damn powerful. This was a horrible SD on him, to be fair. I'm gonna shut down his terrain and defog. It would have gotten rid of his terrain as well. That way Dragapult could come in. Interested in what Finny's gonna do, but Toxic makes the most sense. And so Hippowdon's in. I can't stop his Sandstorm, but I now know what the Hippowdon is rolling with. Garchomp, Stealth Rock, Garchomp at this point. So what I'll do is, since he's playing like that, I'm gonna punish his switch because I know he's gonna switch to something. I just didn't know what his initial would be. So Finny's leftovers, which means I'm free to Wish as he CMs. Interesting. I could see him back. I like Zone better. He should not, like, I don't get why people are so aggressive with their calm mindings. Right. Like you're not in control, bro. Like you're not in control, bro. So Wish is free here. As Finny seems to be his go-to guy. Okay, I'll overwhelm with Gross because now Gross is in a position of power. Meteor Mash is free. Oh, Gross doesn't care, my guy. And so Garchomp can potentially, after rocks, it's tough because I'm expecting him to Poison Jab if he could, or if, you know, he Wicked Blows. Man, my man get no fucks. Protective Pads? What kind of goofy shit is that? Protective Pads. Fuck this guy. No, I'm kidding. I don't like the fact that he had Protective Pads though, because I felt like all my hard work was for naught. You feel me? So Hippowdon, he's trying to reset Sand. Damn, fucking Protective Pads. So see him between his Draining Kiss, he may 1v1 me. Wish. Fuck. That's super whack, bros. So let's punish Finny. It's taking Sandstorm damage. It's taking Moonblast damage. And then I'll double attack into Finny because he thinks that. I can tell that he thinks that. Okay, Rillaboom, he's sacking Boom. Which is odd. Unless he's planning to. Because Boom is walled by Buzz. And I can completely shut down. I wonder what his item is too. It's probably just like a non. I just lose a lot of momentum if he double switches. I wish. Oh, knock. That makes sense. So I'll Calm Mind first because I know Finny's gonna. Yeah, I knew it. Not like Hippowdon was gonna come in, but eventually he's gonna. Because now he's gonna try to hard to stop with Finny or staying with his bottom. But ground. What's it called? So that means. Let me see. Two turns of Sand, Grass Terrain. So at this point, you can't guard against. Metagross. I just click Meteor Mash or Ice Punch. He really doubled to Dracozolt. I completely disagree with that, but it worked. I completely disagree with that Dracozolt play. But obviously he's figuring, well, what's the role on this? I'm a Clefable. Dracozolt. Non-hustle. So let's see this. Let's assume Adamant. Let's assume Life Orb. Let's assume Max Attack. Bolt Beak. Let's assume General Clef. Holy shit. I get dropped. I'm not happy about that. I'm really tight that he got to make that play. Which means Fire Blast potentially here. Or Earthquake. Earthquake makes sense too. I don't have a lot of wiggle room with this. I am so tight that he got away with that Dracozolt play. So how do I want to beat this guy? Because it's not as easy as I'd like. I can't lose Metagross. Urshifu's hard wall, Rillaboom's hard wall, so I'll have to use Metagross versus his Finny. So let's say he is Fire Blast variant. Let's assume he switches out to preserve his Hippowdon. High horsepower, huh? Wow. Man, I just took a fucking high horsepower. Now that's raw. My guy's raw. So this is not how I wanted to play this out because it gives his Finny a lot of wiggle room. I can't believe he risked his Dracozolt there. Because Dracozolt even outside of Sand was very good, but I completely disagree with the play. I should have just assumed that he'd give me the mon, his most threatening mon, for free there. And so all I'm waiting on is really for him to sack Shifu. But the fact that, so there's the Finny. I don't think he wants me boosting, so he's gonna eventually just draining kiss. I don't think he's gonna calm mine, and I need to get the damage off to where these serves here, to where, man, this is tough. Interesting with the Hippodon switch. I guess not really. It's only a high horsepower variant, which means I didn't want to have to do this. So the reason I went for that there is because I'm trying to bait him in a situation where he stays in. Because I can't let him, I can't trade Metagross for this, because then his Tapu Fini. Maybe training kid. I guess Clef can technically solo the game. So Buzz here as he higher. Oh, I forgot that I lost my thing. So I'm free to Toxic. Yeah, I've shown Toxic. It doesn't make sense to go to Dracozolt. But he does. And that knock goes a long way because now he can't kill Clef. He can't kill Metagross either, I don't think. Dracozolt, Volpeak, no life orb. Yeah. So Clef just smacks his Dracozolt now. He does get my man Buzz slows, but yeah, it is what it is. What's Metagross? Maybe I should have went Metagross first. Actually, yeah, I should have went Metagross first. I didn't think this part through fully. But he sacks Boom and gives me Grass Terrain. He's made a lot of misplays that have helped him and hurt him. Because like even this situation here, he's going for broke. I can tell he's gonna leave his Finny in, which is what I want. Because if Finny gets dropped, then that's a dub for my Clefable and my Dragapult. Really Dragapult more so. Because similar to the last game. So he goes, please hit. Thank you. So that means I don't need to worry about when I rock polish the Urshifu becoming a problem again. And so he's made like several misplays in this game. As Wish is free here. And he can't double out to Dracozolt, which is wonderful. He can't. Well, he does though. I guess he thinks he kills me. Yeah, my Metagross, bro. Don't you ever forget that? Which means if it did that little, I could have tanked it even when he was life 4. I don't think he's max. If I were my opponent, I would double to the top of Finny, yeah. Just thinking, he's used 12 Draining Kisses. Because it's gonna become a crit fest. Oh, he has taunt. Okay. Time to Moonblast spam. What would I do here? I just surf for my opponent. Scald, yeah, same thing. And then I Draining Kiss here. Taunt definitely throws a wrench in this situation. But I always run taunt, Hmm. So I'll Dragon Dance here on his attempted combine. Yep. Because I want the most mileage possible out of this Phantom Force. So what I'm gonna do is sub down so he gets as little damage from the Draining Kiss as possible, because I'm gonna have to did I have sub? No. So I need a good ass hit on this. Wow, that did no damage. Yeah, I lost to Finny. Yeah, that's game. I didn't respect the Finny enough in this game, did I? You know the one turn that changed this game? Because I didn't think Meteor Mash from a max attack life for Metagross would do that little, to be fair. But what I didn't respect was the Dracozold's like offensive potential to my team. So I'm actually very weak to Finny with this team. I've come to learn now, because even the Magnezone is slower than the Finny. So if it boosts enough, it could do some work. Yeah, I didn't respect the Finny enough here. I can, crit fish and all these things. But crit fish, special attack drop, because he should taunt here. There's literally no reason not to. Yeah. But yeah, that's game. But yeah, that's where we're gonna wrap up the live for today. Yeah, we gotta watch. I'm actually super glad that Finny is solid, because it wasn't really offensively viable last gen. And so to see, just with the addition of Draining Kiss, it actually, because I've swept several people with that as well, it's actually pretty tough to kill with Draining Kiss. I am very, very impressed, because I thought easy Metagross was gonna do 60, 70. I thought Dragapult would do more with Phantom Force as well, but nah, he said no. And he was very wise to Combine again. But yeah, if we just attacked into the Dracozolt, that would have been a super easy game, because we wouldn't have lost any mons. But yeah, you live, you learn. And so thanks for watching, everyone. Hit the like button. I'll see you guys in the next one.